You gonna hurt yourself?
Conky, if I didn't hurt myself, it wouldn't be fun. You can do all kinds of tricks, man. This, oh,
Like fall off it?
oh, yeah!
I remember that.
You remember that, Conky?
Yep. You have to adjust the camera there, Rob.
Oh, I adjust my camera?
Yep.
Oh, I got a question for you.
What? All right, okay, shoot.
What's going on?
What's going on?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just sitting here waiting for AA to start.
How's everybody doing tonight? Welcome to Auctions Anonymous. Well, I have a question for you, Conky.
What's your question?
Why so serious, Conky? Conky, why are you so serious?
You know, it took me a minute to see that was the background of the thumbnail. That was that mask was in there. That's hilarious. I'm not serious. I'm quite the jokester, actually.
Why is everybody so serious out there?
I don't know. You just got to take a minute and breathe. You gotta relax. You gotta enjoy the day. Enjoy the beautiful day we have.
Sometimes, Conky, you just need to smile.
You look like you got a permanent smile.
Oh, yes. It's been a great day. I hope everyone's having fun. Welcome to Auctions Anonymous.
That is funny.
I will be your entertainment this evening. Mr. Robert is indisposed.
The Joker that ate the Rob.
Yes. So I found this in a storage unit, Conky.
And you put it on? Did you disinfect it first, I hope? No, too serious. We're not being that serious.
I hope everyone's having a wonderful evening. You know who is having a wonderful evening?
Who?
No, not Batman.
I'm Batman.
No, I don't like you.
Don't fear God, fear me. Rachel.
Oh, Rachel. You have to make a choice. The woman you love or Harvey Dent.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. That has got to be the coolest find ever.
Which one?
Rob for the coolest Joker find. And I don't know. This might be one of the coolest
piece of silver find ever.
This is a cool piece of silver.
It's very cool. Where'd you find that at?
Paynesville, baby. Greatest honey hole in the, you know what, on the planet.
How many times have you hit in Paynesville? I like the name of that place, Paynesville.
$1,700 unit, $1,800 unit, Moose unit, the vintage antique dealer with safe unit, and you're now seeing Restores the Love, one of 3, which the next 2 videos are going to blow your mind.
Ooh, I can't wait to see them.
That thing is awesome.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Conky, we need masks, man.
I guess we do. Yeah, I didn't know we needed a mask for tonight, but I guess if I'd have known, I'd have been able to prepare better.
I was ready for the Three Amigos, for the Three Musketeers, we're the 3 best friends that anyone's ever had. Oh, there's Rob.
Ooh, hold on. Full screening. Superman.
Da, 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 da.
He's coming out next year.
Yeah, I hear that movie is going to be incredible. They're filming some of that in Cleveland. You know that?
I heard.
As a matter of fact, you personally know somebody who's going to be a part of that movie.
Yes.
I'm not your father.
Oh my gosh, he had all the silver, huh?
Nice.
Want to see Wolverine?
Yeah.
Man, I tell you what, Karma been kicking my butt. I can't keep up with everything.
Oh, that's
Karma's like, I'm gonna get you, and I'm like, okay. And just keeps
Wolverine.
giving me more and more and more.
That movie's coming out too.
Focus.
Now I got
focus.
I got a special treat for everybody. I went to Jogga Lake. I mean, it's not Jogga Lake.
You went to Cedar Point.
I went to Cedar Point today. 007.
You went to Jogga Lake and it was a housing development.
Yes, I was like, wow, this stinks. So no, I went to the Royal Mint. That's pretty awesome.
Yep, that's awesome, dude.
No, so I got to go to the Cedar Point Shore, stay with the family. And since everyone tuned in, I appreciate everybody checking out Auctions Anonymous. I'm going to show a picture of my family.
The Invisible Family?
Today is the first day. You guys want to see it?
Conky, we've never even seen his actual family.
No, they've always gone into invisible mode when. There they are.
Yeah.
Me and the family. Got my arms around him. The guy took a picture. He's like, "You want me to take a picture of you and your family?" I said, "Yeah."
Dude.
Don't they?
Your wife told me
how big my son is. Look how big my son is, dude.
His bone is getting big.
It's crazy.
But dude, your wife told me that she was at work today sorting storage units for me.
Yeah, she's invisible.
So was she with you or was she working and helping me today? What's the truth?
The world will never know.
The world. You know, I'm now starting to wonder how many days she's called off and I've paid her for.
But hold on. This is for Conky. I bought you this unit today, Conky.
Oh, you did.
I bought it for you, buddy, for $1.
A whole $1?
Can you go pick it up tomorrow?
What is it?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
You didn't really buy that for $1, did you?
No, I bought it for you for $1. There's a trailer in there. There's one of those lift things for the back of a truck, and I figure you can put that in the back of your Subaru.
That's a Franken trailer.
No, it did not sell, Conky. I went to an auction today, and I was the only person that showed up.
You really?
I didn't know. He called me later. He's like, or no, he was texting. We were all texting, and he said, "Oh, I'm at the auction." And then I was like, "Oh my goodness, I wasn't even thinking about that." I bought another one in Euclid, which I happened to find a lot of urine. So,
well, was it human or cat?
You know what? I could tell you that you're going to have to wait and see, but
I bought the one unit. The first unit I had cat urine in it, and then the second unit I had human urine in it. And I was like, they're both horribly bad.
It's human urine. So Rob has this theory. Like, I have hit gold and silver and gold and silver and gold and silver and jewelry and gold and silver since I've been back. It's been insane. And Rob's like, everything hits on streaks. And Rob hit urine. And today I bought a storage unit, and Kaylin and I went out and to film it, and it was for restoraging the love. I was like, oh my goodness, so few restorage the love opportunities. And there are 4 containers of human urine. Now you have to ask yourself,
that, are you?
you have to ask yourself why. Why would somebody have human urine in there?
Because there's not a close bathroom to the storage unit, Jeremy. Obviously, Mary Dale, thank you for your super sticker.
All right, I'm gonna throw another hypothesis out at you. Okay, they love rugs, and as such, they need clean urine to pass rug test to find employment. Therefore, they collect human urine.
But how long is human urine good for?
I can tell you,
Conky,
mine went bad.
Conky knows about human urine. Conky, how long is human urine good for?
For a rug test? I've never peed on a rug, so
The last time I did that, they said I was pregnant. They're like, Mr. Zjaba, you passed your test, but you're pregnant.
It's invisible twins.
yeah.
We're not sure how this has happened, sir. You might have used the wrong urine.
Conky's never peed on a rug, but he was peeing on the bonfire last night to put it out.
No one noticed.
You know, at least we could get close enough to that bonfire to cook our hot dogs in our smoke.
That's true. We did have jumbo dogs again last night, and Conky and Noreen were over past midnight.
God, it was. I think it was midnight by the time we left.
It was, it was looking at the clock like, but jumbo dogs, man, I'm telling you, jumbo dogs is where it's at.
Jumbo dogs and big driveways, they say.
Yep.
Those dogs were good. And I ate way too much. I think I had 2 s'mores, and then just the rest was just way too much chocolate.
Yeah, you guys are like, hey, come on over. I'm like, yeah, that's great. But I'm at a banquet. My daughter had her, I know, don't I got a nice looking tan, guys? Look at this, man. I got no glasses on. No one's noticed that. I figured that you guys would say, hey, Rob.
I noticed.
I had to put my contacts in for the water park.
Your daughter's not watching right now, right?
Hold on. Nope, I think they walked down.
So Rob's like, guys, I'm at my daughter's banquet. Help, get me out. Get me out. We're like, we got long driveways. We got jumbo dogs. We got all kinds of candy for s'mores.
Well, the crazy thing is that I was late to the banquet.
Were you really?
Well, I told them go. And why was I late? What do you think I was doing?
Storage unit.
Storage.
What comes after storage units?
Sorting storage units.
And what comes after that?
Throwing all the garbage away.
And after that?
Selling storage units.
YouTube
editing. Oh my goodness, I have so much.
I'm sitting there editing, and I'm like, okay, the video gets uploaded. Then I'm like, okay, I gotta get my title, my thumbnail, I gotta get all this stuff done. And then I'm like, I could leave now and get to the party, or I could finish this here and not be doing it at the party. Because if I'm at the party, I'll just be sitting there doing it because I got to get the video out. And it's a double-edged sword. People have no clue. And Jeremy knows, Conky knows, but it's like a lot of people have no clue out there what it takes to get the video done and the pressure that it has, because you're in a time crunch. And then after that, you got to get the video uploaded, and that takes time. And then after uploads, then you can do all your stuff.
And then it's got a process. And some days YouTube will process a video and it'll be processed and ready for release in an hour. Other days it will go for a full day. And so if you're filming the same day as you're releasing, sometimes that's not good.
Right. That's happened to me the other day. I got a video out at 9 o'clock.
I saw that.
It was like 9:30 or something. And Roy was asking about that, and he's like, well, should you just wait a day and stuff? I said, you gotta understand, Roy, I put out videos certain days. If I miss that Friday, I can't wait till next Friday to put the video out because I already missed this Friday. So it's like, well, you put it out Saturday, Sunday, and then you put it out Monday. And it's like, well, Jeremy understands. You got to think, you gotta kind of stick with it.
Well, and Rob being in the hotel business, share your sales pitch with the hotel business. I think that makes the most sense.
All right. I used to run hotels. A lot of people might not know this. So I used to run hotels. And in a hotel, for example, let's just make it simple math. You have 500 rooms. It's Friday night. You got 498 rooms sold out. You got 2 rooms left. If you don't sell those rooms that night, you're not going to sell them. You can't sell those rooms tomorrow. It's a new day. It's enough, you know what I'm saying? You only got that one day to sell that room. Each day that room, it's like a new inventory comes in the next day. Woo. So you only got one day to sell that room every day. One day. And if you don't sell the room, it's gone. So like YouTube, I only got one Friday of that, whatever that 12th day of January or whatever you want to put. You only got that one day. And that day, when that day is gone, It's not like
The opportunity is gone forever.
Right.
If the day is gone, opportunity is gone forever.
Right. I can never put a video out on that Friday if I miss that Friday.
Yep.
You know, and a lot of people, that's not a big deal. Well, it depends on how you operate YouTube. Okay. And Jeremy got me to the point where it's like, okay, Rob, there's two ways you can do YouTube. You can do YouTube as, it's a hobby, this and that, or you run it as a business. And that's what Jeremy told me, is that YouTube is a business. If you want to make it a business and be a profitable entity, you can, but just like any other business, you got to put so much time, energy, and effort into it to reap rewards. And, unfortunately, in our country, most people want the quickest, fastest, easiest way to become a millionaire. Well, let me tell you, the easiest, fastest way and quickest way to become a millionaire: persistence, and hard work.
Don't give up. Keep working hard.
Right. There's not many easy ways. Once in a while, people get very, very lucky. Very lucky. They might hit the lottery, or, their rich uncle dies and leaves them a trust fund.
You buy a storage unit to restorage the love, and it's filled with gold and silver and diamonds and gems.
Right. You buy a storage unit and you find cat urine. Oh, wait. No, sorry. That's something different. No, but yeah. So it's just crazy. Speaking of storage units, I bought that storage unit yesterday. That's where this mask came from. If anyone didn't see yesterday's video, take a look. Unbelievable stuff I got in this unit. It's got a little bit of everything. And I even got a
so good.
Pow pow, bing bing, pew pew,
Pew 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 pew.
pew 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 pew. A 22 long pew pew Colt Conky.
Wow. Just don't show it on the live tonight. Or
I'm not showing anything. I'm afraid to show this, but hold on.
Let there be light.
This came from the unit.
Neat. What is that?
This is hold on.
I've never seen a knife with I guess a hole or a long slit like that in the blade.
That's because it is the Joker knife.
Oh,
Why
cool.
so serious?
That's funny.
Why
so
serious?
So I figured now I got the mask.
Rachel.
And I got the knife. So I should go put my purple suit on. And a lot of people ask, Rob, you got a purple suit?
Man.
Two purple suits.
Next storage unit live auction. Sussens, baby.
Ooh, it depends on how hot it is.
Sussens, baby.
Yeah, well, that's indoor at least.
Well, but it's not AC, but Sussens, baby.
You want me to wear the purple suit?
Yeah. Are you kidding? Absolutely.
So people were like, Rob, why do you have a purple suit?
No. That's not what they're saying.
Oh.
They're saying, why do you have two purple suits?
Okay. Why do I have two purple suits? Well, I used to go, Conky and I used to have a dance routine back in the day. And we were called the Purple Nurples. And
one of the purple suits was for me. So.
Right. And Conky and I mean, you guys heard of Backstreet Boys? We inspired them. New Kids on the Block? That we were before New Kids on the Block.
Yeah.
They were Front Street Boys.
They were the Front Street Boys.
They were the old kids on the block.
We were the First Street Boys.
Yeah, there you go. First Street Boys.
So back to why I have two purple suits. Now my brother owns a comic book baseball card store in Parma, Ohio called B&L Comics. B&L Comics. You guys can always stop there. It's on Ridge Road. So once a year, they have a thing called Free Comic Book Day. And they hand out free comic books at certain comic book stores that participate in it. And my brother would hire me to dress up as the Joker because I went as a Joker at Halloween and everyone's like, wow, that's awesome. So I would go out there on Free Comic Book Day for about 2 hours, stand in front of the building as the Joker and entertain the crowd. People driving by, the cops would come by, like run and hide and things like that. And it was, I have a lot of fun. I get into character, obviously.
Oh, that'd be a blast, man.
Yeah, so much fun. And then I was like, man, this suit is not purple enough. I got to get and I found in a storage unit this purple suit. And I was like, this is a better purple suit. Because the one was like a dark purple. This one was like more of a purple. And then I got that on. I got like a green tie I made. I have like money that I put on my thing. So yeah, I'm the Joker.
So you needed a purpler suit, is what you were saying.
My first suit was purple, but the second suit was like Joker purple. You know what I'm saying, Conky? You know what I'm saying?
I guess, yeah.
We're picking up what I'm putting down, Conky. Don't be.
All right, yep. I'm good.
You know that Joker purple.
I smell what you're stepping in.
Yeah, he knows what I'm talking about. He's scraping it off his shoe.
I can sniff that urine.
Don't get me started. Oh my gosh. You don't understand. At one unit.
You're still smelling it, aren't you?
Oh no. It took like at least about a day and a half, 2 days to get that. I mean, it was like in my nose. I woke up in the morning and I'm like, man. I mean, I took like a shower for like 2 hours. I was like, I know it ain't me. And Jeff even said, it's like, man, it was like in my nostrils, Rob. I took a shower and I couldn't get rid of it.
So teaser alert, and this video is not coming anytime soon because I'm so far ahead right now. There's Mayor Dan. So Kaylin's like, you have to get this urine out of here. You're going to kick it and tip it over, which I would have, no doubt. There's no doubt about it, right? So I learned from Rob's experience where the guy dumped the urine out right by the storage unit, and him and Jeff just could not breathe. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to go like half a mile down and I'm going to go dump it out. Half a mile down, fermented urine still smells in your storage unit. It's so bad.
It's so disgusting, man. It's like the worst. It's like going into a bathroom they haven't cleaned for a year or something. I don't even know. It's like a stale urine. It's like, oh, it's so nasty. And then it's 80-some degrees today. So then it just makes it worse because when I was out there, it was like same temperature as today. And oh my gosh.
So bad. So bad. I think I actually, when I poured it out, you know how it sprinkles.
Don't get me started.
Yeah, it's all over my legs and my shins, man.
Well, that's the worst because you don't have pants on. You got shorts on.
I had shorts on, and as soon as I got home, I'm like, shower, man, shower. I gotta get in the shower. I was like, no, I ain't taking this nasty urine in my nice clean shower. I'm gonna go jump in the creek first, and then shimmy shaking and try and get it off, then go to the shower.
Oh man, I could understand that.
But I didn't want Mayor Dan to have me arrested for polluting the creek water, so it is bad.
A human urine counts as a pollutant. I don't know. That's good. Mayor Dan, let us know.
This urine is pollutant.
I can believe it. Oh, speaking of which, look at this thing. I found also this unit, dude. There's so much. I want to take it all, but I can't take it all.
Oh, nice. Multiverse. Yep. Are you keeping that one?
Yeah. It's
up
here.
You gotta keep that one.
It's so cool. It's like Batman and the Joker.
Wow.
But I spent a lot for unit, but man, it was fun. It was fun. I'm working on the edit. Actually, I was at Cedar Point today, and at one point, I'm like just sitting there like the last hour, I'm just editing my video. And I would have been like an hour late for the live. We went to Texas Roadhouse. We sat there. They said 20 to 30 minutes. And like 35 minutes go by. I'm like, all right. I'm like, let's just go somewhere else. And we went to got food at Cane's, and then like 15 minutes after that, they sent me a thing, your table's ready. And I was like, my wife was right. She's like, we better leave. You're never going to make your live. My wife cares about making my live. That was funny. I'm like, you don't see me stressed out. She was more stressed than I was.
But that's extremely important that your significant other supports you and your endeavors because you work hard. I mean, I don't think people realize, and I will openly state this. Rob works more hours than I do. There's no doubt about it. And he's nonstop from the moment he wakes up to the moment he goes to bed, which I have been guilty of doing that as well. But Rob works tons of hours to better his family and so that they can have a better life. And so, he really puts it in. And I know Conky does too. Rob's got his hands in so many side hustles and main hustles and the whole deal. It's just nonstop with Rob. And I truly believe he works way more hours than I do.
I got 4 jobs, man. I was trying to tell that to the one person. I was like, one, as Jeremy knows also, we're both landlords.
Yes.
Conky
Well,
was-
Conky's been a landlord and has extra property as well, so he knows
Yeah.
the landlord life.
Yeah, I kind of gave up on the landlord thing a couple years ago, but
Right. I know Conky knows the pain.
yeah, I do.
Pros and cons of being a landlord. But the funny thing is that so many people in my life have told me, like, they'll tell you all the bad things about being a landlord. Like, it's like, well, that's true. But, and then I tell people, well, just like a regular job, there's bad things too, But the thing about the landlord is like, you can always change. The tenant's not good. You can always get a new tenant.
Get a new tenant.
And just like, I always tell people tenants, it's like interviews, like it's like going to a job interview. They're going to tell you everything you want to hear. And, you have to be able to read between the lines sometimes and find out and ask them some questions. And one of the best things to do, let anyone out there, if you're going to be a landlord, go to the person's house that they live at and tell them, I'm going to come where you at. I'll bring the application and everything and go to where they live.
I like that.
I've done that.
You go in their house, you will know in 2 minutes if you want to rent to them or not. It only takes 2 minutes. You'll know.
And if they show up for the viewing of the house with a U-Haul truck and a month's rent, I'm just saying,
Don't do it.
Yeah, and the other thing is that that you can always get, like my buddy, he gets first month, last month, and a deposit. Basically almost 3 months of rent he gets from the people. And I said, man, that's crazy. He goes, if they can't afford that, then they ain't gonna be living in my house.
So the extra layer, I like what you said about meeting them where they're currently living, although I find that would probably be near impossible with my current scheduling and where I own properties in multiple states and all that. But what I do, and I don't know if you guys did this before, is I charge them an application fee. So there's an application fee per adult, $50 application fee, non-refundable. And if they have any felonies, if they have any evictions for background check, anything, it's automatic denial. There are no exceptions. So to have them give you $50 for a rental application, and I tell them, if you have a felony, you don't get the money back. If you have an eviction, you don't get the money back. You sure you want to give me this money? And nobody gives you money when they know they won't get it back if they have those things on their records. And guess what happens? The bad ones just go, and the good ones come in for the show.
Well, I did the same thing, sort of. A little twist on that is I would say not so much the thing with felonies and convictions and all that. I would say if your application is truthful and I don't find any inconsistencies on it, then you could possibly get the house. If there's a lie on there, you don't get your money. You don't get your money back or the house.
Yeah.
That, I think that who knows if that went anywhere. The best tenant I ever had, I never bothered to do a background check on. Didn't make them fill out an application or anything. Once I found out they worked for Sterling, the jewelry company, that was it. I didn't need to do. All I had to do was verify that.
The jewelry company did it for you.
Yeah, they did everything for me.
They already did it.
I have to go through all that. That was one of the best tenants I ever had.
Yeah, my best tenants, both of them actually Section 8. And the one guy, he's not Section 8 anymore, but.
Yeah, Section 8 isn't necessarily bad. I mean, the money's good, but.
The thing is that people don't want to get kicked off Section 8.
Right.
And that's the thing. Like a lot of people say a bad thing with Section 8 rental people. But the thing I found out is that, if you evict them or start evicting them, they get kicked off Section 8. They can't reapply, I think, for 5 years.
The problem I had with Section 8 was, and I shouldn't really present it as a problem. These people were trying to better themselves. But, they would apply. This was years ago, and I think I was asking $800 a month for this one particular house. And Section 8 came in and said, okay, we're gonna give you $7.97, and they're gonna give you $3.
Yeah.
Like, well, okay, I'll take the $7.97. I really don't care that much about the $3. It's not worth even going to the post office for them, and it's not worth me driving the other side of town to get $3. So I kind of, and this was probably a mistake, I kind of said, all right, you just put your $3 aside, and I'll come every few months and pick up the, whatever you got. And then they would get a job working somewhere, more likely minimum wage. I'd get a letter from Section 8. Okay, now we're going to give you $390, and they're going to give you $410.
Because
I go for my 400 some bucks, and well, we don't have it. Okay, what do I do now? You know what I mean? Section 8 sent me their money. Do I evict? What do I do? The reason they didn't have the money because they only had a job for 2 weeks anyway, and they got laid off or something. You know what happens at jobs like this, and it turned into kind of a nightmare. Well, I don't know when they started doing that, where they split the rent and did it that way, but
it all depends on how much they earn, Conky.
Yeah, it's a percentage of their earnings.
But I seem to remember a time before that where Section 8 just paid the rent. It didn't matter what they made as long as they were under a certain.
Well, that's like my one time. They always paid the rent, and then there's like Social Security got increased or something, so now she has to pay like a little part of it or something. That's just so stupid. My biggest problem with Section 8 is when someone tries to better themselves, okay, and try to get, slowly work their way off the program and everything else. Like for example, my one tenant, he's like, oh, I got to go get a real job because I miss getting that, get the check at the end of the year from the government. Okay, his tax, which I try to explain to people that's your money anyways. You just pay taxes and they're giving it back to you. But anyways, people think it's a big bonus check or something. But she's like, I got to go get a job. So then he went and got a job, and then Section 8, he made too much money, so they got kicked off Section 8. And they never been able to get back on. But it's like Section 8, as soon as he made too much money, they kick him off. And then it's like, it wasn't, in the end of the day, it wasn't worth him even getting a job because it's like a wash. So I can understand why people don't get jobs, because Section 8, they put them in a position where you go get a job, then, okay, well, now we're going to up your thing. And so now I got to go work just to give money for the housing. It's like, why am I working? You know what I'm saying? You're just taking the money I already made, and now I have to go hand it right back over to the house guy or whatever else. So that's the issue with the Section 8. Instead of like gradually, they'll just like, oh, and that person then all of a sudden like, well, why should I go get a job? It makes no sense because I'm going to lose my housing. I'll lose my heating and cooling or whatever, what I'm saying, their heat or whatever else. So that's the desensitize the whole problem with the government system. And that's why people will stay on it for generations, and people have issues with like Section 8 and, food stamps but the part of the aspect of why people stay on it because the government doesn't incentivize them to get off of it. Right. They make it where they're almost, you're in a double, a catch-22. It's like, well, I want to get better, but I get a job now. So now all my money's just, I'm gone. So it's like, if they can work on the side or under their table or doing stuff illegal, whatever they decide to do, because like I said, it hits their pay line and they lose half their benefits or all this other stuff. Like Conky just said, all of a sudden now they got to come up with $400 for rent. This tenants didn't have $400 for rent. So
I remember, back in the day, at one time I had, I don't know, like 9 or 10 rental houses. And I just remember, standing next to a rented TV, getting an explanation as to why they don't have their rent for their house.
Yeah.
They're sitting on a rented couch, watching a rented TV with, a rented washer and dryer. I understand you need a washer and dryer and all that, but, come on, guys.
Well, they don't. I mean, the sad fact is that, a lot of these people financially, no one's explained it to them. And these places that go in there, they'll take advantage of them because it's like, errands or whatever, these rental places, because they'll go in there and they sell them on a payment.
Yep. They'll sell payment instead of the actual item.
It's a weekly payment too.
Right. And they'll be like, oh, this is only $10 a week.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, oh, that's great. $10. My tenant, I remember she got a stove and she was telling me how great. And I go, okay. I don't want to be the naysayer or anything else. And I did the math for her. And the stove that she bought, $2,280 or something. And it was a $400 stove at Home Depot at the time. And it was like $2,200 or something she was going to spend for a $400 stove over the point of the time.
You're like, just ask me to buy it for you. I'll add it onto your rent.
And it just, I said, just call me, because it's like, I got washers and dryers up the wazoo. I get them all the time, but it just kills me. And it's just like those places. And I thought about this a long time ago. I thought about starting a used rental, like appliances, TVs and stuff, but I get all this stuff in all the time. And only thing I got to do is get, up front, like $20 or $40 and I already got my money and I hopefully collect payments.
And you're like, if they never pay, who cares?
That's how my buddy, he used to sell cars like that. He would get all of his money like on the down payment and make like $500 and then he put them on the payments, but he would already make his money on when he sold it originally. And so the payments were just gravy,
Yeah.
And then obviously you get a good repo man and they'll get your car back. Well, nowadays they put those things in there. You can find a car in 2 seconds, those low jacks, whatever they call them.
Yeah. The what do you call it? The tracker.
Yeah. And they got like, I don't know, like 100 places they can hide them on a vehicle or 200 places or something like that. So you can get them professionally installed. And like, there's places like you have to take apart the car to get to it,
Yeah.
Or you just go find, you go to that person and be like, hey, do you have an X? Yeah, I got an X. All right. Well, we'll go talk to the X because we know they're tracking you. So
we used to trash surf instead of going in debt. We all used to use want ads free or low cost cash piece the heck out of running.
Yeah.
I think you're talking about like for
trash picking
or stuff,
Trash picking.
Yeah. You would go trash pick your TV or your
So
you mean the thing we still do today?
Yeah, pretty much.
All three of us.
Well, it's funny because the one day we were going to this thing and I go, well, Jeff comes to this house. We were doing an offsite auction. We're setting up. He goes, man, I drove by and there looked like some Tonka trucks and this stuff sitting out in the garbage. I said, you didn't stop? He goes, oh, I don't garbage pick, man. And I was like, where's it at?
Yeah. Jeff's like, I'm too good to garbage pick. Rob's like, I ain't. Bring it, baby.
5 minutes.
I
drove down there and I got them. There's three Tonkas out there. There was a power wheel. And the funny thing is the power wheel was sitting in the back of Jeff's van for like 3 weeks. And then he like finally took it out and like I pushed the gas pedal and it still worked.
Still charged, huh?
Yeah, still charged. I was like, oh.
One of the funniest things I saw was years ago. Jeremy bought a unit in I don't know whether it was Pennsylvania or like Youngstown area. And Rob bought the one right next to it.
Oh no.
And it was a banana.
I know. Yep, I know.
And is it okay if I tell the story?
Yeah, go for it, man.
Jeremy
On my side, go for it.
Jeremy gets a dumpster out there to clean out the unit rather than taking all the stuff back and ultimately putting it in the dumpster at home. Rob shows up and starts garbage picking Jeremy's dumpster.
Yeah, Rob's going through my dumpster.
I was like, he threw this out? Ooh.
Now, in Rob's defense, Conky came over last night to get some garbage too. It just didn't make it to the dumpster yet. So
yeah,
I set it aside. But I mean, really, it's not garbage. It was
actually a really nice set of shelves.
Really nice set of shelving. I can't keep it, and I need commercial pallet racking. So
what's up, Will? This?
Well, I mean, we're not. I've got like really nice shelves for the garage that would be considered nice in the garage. These are nice, actual nice house shelves.
I got 2 more, Conky, if you want them. I got 2 more.
Nice house shelves, huh?
I got more jumbo dogs. I got almost a full package of jumbo dogs. We might as well do it again, man.
Next time you want to have a bonfire, let us know. We'll remember the chips this time. The chips in the.
Oh my goodness! Last night was beautiful. It was awesome. It was a great night for a bonfire.
Yeah, it was nice.
What time I got home last night? Because the event was a little bit longer than I wanted.
What time did you get home?
I don't know. I want to say I got home like 9.
Oh, Conky and Noreen were just getting the party started.
Yeah, we were just. You should have come down. I mean,
I didn't know you were gonna be there at midnight.
well, I mean, it was like
Just past
I'll be
midnight.
sleeping by midnight.
like a quarter after 11. I look at my watch. I'm like, oh, we got to go. And I got up. I started thinking about getting ready, and the conversation just took off again. It was like, all right, well, and then like I think it was like midnight before we left. It was 1 o'clock in the morning before I got to bed last night.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, but it was a perfect night. Perfect night.
It was nice out. It was the fire wasn't trying to kill us.
Okay, all right. I admit it. Big driveway, big wieners, and but I made a small fire yesterday.
Small fire. Yeah,
We were actually-
man. I got jarts, man. Flipping adventures, let me tell you.
We were actually scooting all the way up to the fire because
Yeah.
it was so small for its heat last night.
Yeah, that's
Normally we're scooting way back because it's way too
Yeah.
hot.
well, usually your eyebrows are gone. You're like, man, that fire's hot.
Well, the one Saturday, I burnt hair off of my arm from the one Saturday, and then the one we had last night. Then we were all scooting closer and closer and closer. I think my feet were like inside the bonfire pit.
Well, I mean, here's how small the fire was last night compared to the one Saturday. When Jeremy farted on the fire, it did not explode this time.
Yeah,
Just-
and
no.
and the one on Saturday did explode.
Yeah,
So
What's funny is I had the bonfire for my daughter's friends for her birthday, and every year my Christmas tree I always put it by the bonfire pit, and we always burn the tree. Well, my kids, they're back there. They threw the tree on the. Have you guys ever seen a Christmas tree go up?
Oh yeah.
Right, and I get like 10-foot tall Christmas trees. So this thing, all the kids are like, "You're gonna catch the woods on fire!" On, they're all flipping out. My daughter's like, "We do this every year. Don't worry about it." She's like, "Don't worry about it."
she's like, "This ain't nothing." You know who dug this fire pit? My mom.
And she dug it, man. And that thing's beastly. My wife's beastly too. She's
You
invisible.
don't mess around with a woman who digs very deep fire pits because she'll bury you.
I was gonna say she could put you in it.
Yeah, that's why Rob's so well behaved.
If she can
Very
dig
true.
the pit, she can fill it back up with a body.
Dude,
That's all
She
I'm
will
saying.
fill it up without hesitation.
Right. And then the constable like, "Have you seen your husband?" "I don't know where he's been missing. I think he might have found somebody else or something." And like,
I
she
thought
just
it
collected the money and
was
everything else. Oh yeah, she's like, "Here's that life insurance policy." Woo! That's why I don't have a life insurance policy.
Better off without one. You got a woman that can dig like that, you're better off with that one.
Well, people are like,
Yep.
"You should have a life insurance policy." I'm like, "I'll be dead. Why does it matter?"
Oh my goodness.
Here's my life insurance policy. Sell my crap. Oh, speaking of which, so my brother, I told you, works at the comic store, right? Calls me up the other day. Hey, this guy cleaning out a hoarder house for a company in Parma. He brought me some comics, some old comics. There's some Batmans in here. You're probably going to want. I'm like, okay. Well, I'm helping my uncle move, and I'm right around the corner from you, so I'll be there in 5 minutes. I don't know. I'm like, I'm coming. Don't tell me you got comics, and why didn't you price them out or anything? I don't care. I'm coming up there. So I show up to my brother's. Luckily, I had some money on me, and I bought this. So I'll show you.
Oh, I want to see it, man.
So I was pumped, man. I was pumped. I don't know where I should start. Okay, I'll go this way. This way I start. Okay. So I got this. See the 10 center up there?
Center.
This is Detective Comics, number 281. Maybe a 20, 30 buck comic. Now this one, really cool comic. This is number 99 Batman. 10 center. This is, I think, 1959 or 56. This is, I think, 56. 1956, I believe. This is the last appearance of the Penguin in Golden Age Batman. So there's Golden Age, Silver Age, Bronze Age, Modern Age comics. I'm not going to go through all that right now. But I used government assistance when I'm a single mom of young kids. My boss at the time was a U.S. Marshal, accommodating my schedule to school hours. Hand up, not out. And that's true, Peps. A lot of people have negative connotations of Section 8, food stamps, and all this other stuff. There's people that abuse it, and I agree 100%. There's not everyone should have it. And a lot of people are, but there's a lot of people out there that have kids, get in unfortunate circumstances, all kind of different issues and problems. And there's people that need help. And so I agree. And Peps, and she used it, and she had her kids, and she used it to help her get up in life and not down. That's awesome, Peps. So back to Batman here. This is the last appearance of the Penguin. I think it's about maybe $300 to $500 book, maybe in this condition.
Wow.
This is maybe a $50 book or so. This is the Phantom Batman, number 110.
10 center.
They're all 10. And that's why I had to buy them, because it's just so hard to find Batman 10-cent comics. And I mean, even bad condition, they'll go for $50. Like if I have one in my auction right now and it's a 12 center, it's already at $35, $40, and they'll probably go for like 75. Now this is the big money book. You ready?
Dr. Freeze.
We see how it goes right there. This is before he was called Dr. Freeze or Mr. Freeze.
He was the ice crimes of Mr. Zero.
So he was. This is a first appearance of Mr. Freeze, Dr. Freeze, and he was called Mr. Zero then. But this is his very first appearance, so it's a big money book because it's the first time he was ever in a Batman comic book, and he's one of the major villains of Batman. So this book can range anywhere from, in this condition, maybe I would say around $2,000 or so, and they go all the way up to about $20,000 in mint condition.
All right, now how much did you pay for them all?
Your brother give you a deal?
He did, and he well, here's the thing. You know, he has a comic book store, and he sells comic books, so very simple. I told him, I said, listen, I want a deal, but I don't want to come here and get
Where'd he go?
I'm not here to get it for nothing. You know, I have money. I'm financially stable. I have extra spending cash. You know, so I did a deal. I got it for $1,100. Okay,
Actually,
I like it.
It's a great deal. Look, the one comic book I know I could put in my auction. I have a comic book auction this Saturday. It's comic book, toys, video game auction. I know I could put it in that auction today, and tomorrow's Friday. I put it in the auction. I guarantee it'll sell for over $1,000 with only 2 days in the auction. I know it. I mean, that book is so rare. I'd probably go for maybe $2,000, maybe even higher, because it's just, like I said, once a first appearance. It's a 10-cent Batman. And go online right now, guys. Look up Batman 121. You can look at what they're selling for. You'll see them for $3,000, $5,000 graded. But the only thing is I got 2 of them now.
Are you going to sell one, or are you going to keep them both?
Well, I got one that's graded, and I got one that's not graded. So I guess I have to keep them both, I guess, huh? One day I will sell my comics. Thank you, Bonnie. One day I will sell my comics. It's just one of those things a lot of people are like, oh, you got all stuff. And some people, oh, you're a hoarder. And I'm not a hoarder because I sell stuff all the time. Hoarders cannot sell things. It's hard to let go of things.
Yeah, they can't let go. We'll let go of anything.
Right.
Anything.
I do hoard things that are worth value. And it's not because I'm trying to keep them for the rest of my life. It's because I'm keeping them in case, people have 401ks. I have a 401k also. Okay. But but there's different, I have, what do they call that? Being diversified, Conky?
Portfolio.
Yeah. You don't want all your eggs in one basket, right?
Yeah.
So I have, real estate. I have 401k and financial investments. And then I have money in junk. And I heard junk is up 2% today. So, hey.
That's not bad.
No.
I think I have a 403B, which is the cousin of the 401k. And we all will sell. I think we'll all sell anything. Conky may not let go of any of his red line.
For the right price, Conky would sell it. Certain things.
But the only thing I wouldn't sell is real estate. And the reason is I legally have it locked in the family trust, so it never can be sold. So, for example, Hale's headquarters. Hale's headquarters cannot be legally sold, ever. forever. My kids, their kids, their kids, their kids, their kids, their kids. It's locked legally forever.
That's pretty
But
cool.
anything inside of it's fair game.
Hold on, let me full screen you.
Yeah, we'll be right over.
Do you want the 1-of-1 Funko Pop right here?
101.
This is the 101. This is only one, man. The only one that exists.
Oh, it's funny. The Jeremy Hales Funko Pop. It's got too much hair.
That's
What's in
true.
its hand?
Well,
A
there's
guitar?
money in one hand and a guitar in the other.
I wasn't sure if that was a jumbo dog or a guitar.
Kind of looks like a jumbo dog, doesn't it? Dude, I wish I had a jumbo dog in my hands right now.
That's what I'm telling you, people. That Batman comic books need 12 grand. I'm telling you, I mean, the thing about, I'll try to explain to people, like these Batman comics, they're 10-cent comic books. They're from the 1950s. Very, very, very difficult to find. I mean, you're not going to walk into a comic book store and, you know, they're not going to have a box full of 10-cent Batman comics unless they just got it in from some collector or something. I mean, very, very rare. You might have a couple up on the wall, but just very difficult to find 10-cent, 12-cent, even 20-cent Batmans nowadays. And it's just, you know, and I mean, Batman's been around since 1937, 38. 38. Real estate is the best investment. It's passive income and an asset. And it's true. And I tell people all the time, because there's people out there that says, oh, it's better to rent than to buy. And Lars! The Denmark super sticker. Thank you, Lars. I think that's Denmark, isn't it? The DKKK? I think we asked them once before. I believe it's Denmark, right, Lars? I want to go.
I think so.
I think the only time it's better to rent is when you're the landowner and you're renting it out.
Right.
That is the only time it is better to rent.
And let me give this real quick. Anyone out there that's business oriented, I've told this to people all the time. If you're going to start a business, that you need some kind of space. So many people go out there and rent that space. And I've always been the advocate. That's why I bought my building. Because one, when you're renting, you have zero control. So you establish yourself in this business. You have a great clientele. It depends on what kind of business it is. But long story short, people are like, okay, this is where I go. I get my stuff, da-da-da-da. And 5 years down the road, landlord sells a building. New guy goes in. I don't want you here. I'm going to turn this into a coffee shop. Okay, so now you got to go find a new building. You got to move your location. All this other stuff. Boom, big wrench in your business. You know, and I tell people, even at the end of the day, if you spend, let's just say your rent's $2,000 a month in a commercial building, that's $24,000 a year. 10 years, that's $240,000. You put 10 years, $240,000, you get a pretty decent building. You know, I mean, not something huge, but you can probably get a pretty decent building for $240,000. And 20 years, that's $480,000 spent on rent. That's, of course, they never raised your rent in 20 years either, though. But right,
$500,000 just so you can grill.
Right, that's ridiculous. $500,000 just a grill. So I told people, even at the end of the day, if you sold that building that you purchased for the same price that you bought it for, at least you got something. You know, and if you're in business like myself, okay, you can always sell your business. Okay, it's easier said than done. But the real estate, you can always sell that real estate. It don't matter. The economy can be horrible. The worst economy, I was there, ladies and gentlemen, 2008, 2009, 2010. I was selling 30, 40 houses a year. So they're like, oh, the economy was bad. You can always sell. It's just there's people out there ready to buy. And there's people always have money. If the deal's good, right, Jeremy?
Absolutely.
If the price is right, you'll always find a buyer.
Come on down.
The last rental house I bought was in 2008 or 2009. The only reason I bought it was because I realized they were so cheap. I'd be an idiot not to buy at least one. So,
Yep. I was an idiot because I bought some, I sold so many, and I'm like looking back, I'm like I was talking to my buddy that got me involved in real estate, and where I got my free hot tub from, by the way.
Oh, nice.
Well, I guess you're
going to be having a hot tub time machine party.
A hot tub pool party.
We're going to go back in time to when there were live auctions.
Yeah, I didn't know what a unicorn was.
I didn't know. I didn't know what a unicorn was.
Conky. I don't think I revealed that in today's video yet, man.
Don't worry, they still don't know.
All right.
But it will be revealed what a unicorn is, and what a unicorn does, and the role and responsibilities and
unicorns.
Yeah. Nice, man. Did you get it all set up today?
No. The thing is that here's the question I got to ask myself. I got to get power run. Okay. But I want to get a whole new concrete pad poured. And then I'm going to put the hot tub there. So the concrete guy I talked to, hopefully he said he's going out of town. He'll be back next week or the week after. So hopefully he can come out and put that in. So now the question, do I set it up before time? I don't know.
No. No, because then you got to drain it.
Well, my buddy said, Rob, what you do is just drain it right into your pool.
He's right.
Because then it's already chemical, and then it's just going to heat your pool up. So
he's right.
But I do need to get there's two motors on it. The one motor's bad. So my buddy was going to replace the motor. This is how my buddy is, okay? He's like, I'm not paying. The guy wanted $600 to replace the motor. The motor's $200. And then they called this company up and they wanted to charge him $600, labor to replace the motor or whatever else. So he's like, I ain't paying $600. So he goes out and buys a new hot tub for $8,000. But I told Jeff, this guy, I never met anybody, not even Hales, that made money as easy as this guy. I mean, my buddy, $300,000 to $500,000 a year, and I worked with him for a whole year. This is what we did. We went out 8. We went to Indians games. We went to Browns games. We went to Cavs games, and we drove around most of the time, like maybe an hour or two, and maybe stop collecting random stuff. But he would always put together these real estate deals, and he's just a master, man. And he would just like put together two people, walk away $10,000, $20,000, $30,000. Boom, boom, boom. And you want to talk about a guy that don't care about holding on stuff? He bought one of those brand new Corvettes, right? $74,000. He waited a year because they were so back ordered. Gets his car. Everybody and their brother wanted to buy off him. So he drove around for, I think, 8 months, he said, or 10 months, and he sold it for $100,000.
Of course. I would have done the same thing.
Yeah, so he drove it for a while and then made $26,000 off a brand new car he bought. Only in America. God bless America.
Yeah.
That's the goal.
Done that.
But everybody wants those Corvettes, and there's only so many out there.
That sounds like my life, minus the Browns games, the Cavs games, the Indians games, the Corvette, the real estate deals, and easy money. Other than that, that's my life completely.
Identical.
Well, you guys have the same hairline. That's what I was trying to get to.
Yeah. That's my life right there.
Yeah, he's just crazy, man. This guy, Billy, he's just one of those. I mean, I guess I never met anyone who made money as easy as him, but he's a hustler. I mean, when he was a little kid, he would paint rocks and go down to Edgewater and sell them. He's a little Puerto Rican kid, and they'd be like, "Oh yeah, they buy you selling the rocks." Then like I told you, my dad, my brother has a comic book store. My dad and my uncle, they would go to these comic book and baseball card shows, and my brothers would go with them. And then he was my brother's friend, so they would take him, and he's like 10, 11 years old, get his own table at the show. He would buy in bulk and then undercut everybody prices. He would sell out all the stuff. He's 11, 10 years old, coming back with $3,000 in the 80s. Okay. So then he started buying and selling cars. Well, before that, when he was in high school, he went to mechanics or what, the body shop. Remember they used to have body shop and stuff in school?
Yeah.
JVC, vocational school.
Yeah, so he said he graduated because he did body work for 3 of his teachers, and he said, if I do the body work, will you give me an A? So he fixed 3 of the teachers' cars and graduated. And he's like, but he was like, I didn't want to go to school. I mean, he's like one of those people that's very smart. So then he buying and selling cars, and then he started getting into property, and then the rest is history, man.
Which is really the ultimate is if you're a reseller, your ultimate resale goal, or probably some of your highest profit margin, is always going to be on real estate. And that's why we continue to say real estate is the greatest investment you can ever make. Government actually gives you incentives and tax breaks based on real estate. You can't get that in the stock market. You can't get that by investing in somebody's illegal, operation. You can't get that in. The government wants you to do it.
Right. And I tried to explain to someone the other day, Jeremy. The government wants the government gives you all the incentive in the world to be an entrepreneur.
Very much so.
Okay. I try to explain to people, there's no tax break for the guy that works a regular 9-to-5 job. Like Jeremy, Conky, myself, we're not going to list all tax breaks, but there's tax breaks. We drive somewhere, there's tax breaks. We go take, there's so many different tax breaks out there, and get a good accountant. Jeremy will be one of the first people to tell you. Conky will be one of the first people to tell you. An accountant, because people are like, oh, my accountant costs too much money, or I can't pay an accountant.
The accountant's going to save you the amount of money that you're actually paying the accountant.
My brother, my dad, once again, I don't want to talk about my brother so much at the comic book store today, but my dad and my uncle always did the books, the taxes. Okay. My dad passed away 6 years ago. My uncle didn't want to do them anymore, so my brother hired an accountant. The accountant went back, got the money back you can go back 5 years. Got the money back every single year because, the accountant did it cost him money? No, it made him money, ladies and gentlemen. Look at Jeremy shaking his head. He knows exactly what I'm talking about. People are like, oh, I can't pay an accountant. You're not paying. They're making you money or saving you money. They pay themselves. I couldn't imagine trying to do my books. I could do them. No
I couldn't imagine trying to do my books.
Right. We could do them, but we're never going to, make the money or save money or anything else. We'd be overpaying the government. And, it's probably a good thing because they know what to do with the money.
I sat down with my CPA a few weeks back, and he said, can you come in? Are you back from Florida? I'm like, yeah, I'll come in. He's like, all right, I just want to go over things with you. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. So I go over like an hour, and he's just going through all the paperwork. And I just sit there like I understand what's going on. Yep.
You sound like me with my account.
I'm like, all right, how much money did I make? And is there any there to continue to keep doing business? Well, you got to cut back over here. You got to do this. We got to adjust here. He'll make he'll tell me exactly the way it is. And so.
Yeah. I gotta tell people, just get an account, man. I don't even know. Like I said, my brother, he has this comic book store. Like I said, the accountant saved him so much money and found all this lost money. Just try it. If you have a business, the regular person doesn't need an accountant. You know what I'm saying? Because taxes are very simple. Because you don't have all the deductions and write-offs that Conky has or Jeremy has. There's so much more complicated. And then the more businesses you have, the more complicated it gets. And then if you start buying and selling stocks or real estate and all that stuff, it gets even more complicated.
And I'm an S corp, and we're not going to dig into what an S corp is versus other things. But there's if there's somebody out there going, well, I'm an LLC. Well, you have tremendous amount of protection as an S corp versus an LLC, and so and better tax incentives. So that's something that they could always go and talk to their CPAs about or their accountants.
Yeah, and that's a good idea. I didn't even think about that, Jeremy. That's a good point because there's so many different types of corporations, and a lot of people think, oh, I'm going to start an LLC because that's what everyone has is an LLC. And LLC is great for lots of situations, but like Jeremy said, when you get to a certain level, S corp is better for the simple. There's one more protection, like you said. There's other incentives to being an S corporation, and so yeah, talk to. That's why you need an accountant. You're not going to know this stuff, guys. you know, people are like, oh, and I love people. I do my own taxes. Do you do your own surgery? Do you do your own dentistry? You know, I filled my own cavity in today. I mean, hey, screw it. I don't need to go pay a dentist for that. I mean, I can do it myself. You know what?
Admittedly so, I've done a little bit of my own.
A little own dentistry there.
I was in OTTER Creek. That water destroys teeth, man.
I forgot about that. How what did you have, like 19 cavity or something crazy?
Was it 12 or 13? Something like that. And those are all cared for now. And I have a crown on one that was destroyed, and the root is dying, and I have to get a root canal, but I just haven't scheduled it yet. I mean, I've been extremely busy, and you guys know what I got coming up in the next couple of weeks as we take What the Hales to the next level. As we're talking about business and all that, like What the Hales is going to make a significant jump. And so I've got to
tell everybody you're joining the Olympics, dude. You're not supposed to tell that yet.
They already know I have gold medals in farting. It ain't no thing.
Yeah, he's gonna be a high jump champion.
They saw Conky's live stream.
He's taking it to the next level.
Next level.
He's gonna be a gold medalist.
Gold medalist farting champion.
Can I pass the
gas? Yes, you can, Conky.
Can I pass the responsibility of judging the farting contest onto somebody else now, please?
Conky, but your nose knows.
I don't think Noreen wants that. So this one's all on you, Conky.
It's all on you.
How do I get rid of?
God, I'm sorry. I mean, look at that family photo, man. Gosh, it's so good looking.
Man, you got a good looking family. There's no doubt.
Look how good looking my family is. Oh.
Can you let your wife know we're gonna have an HR meeting in the morning for her telling me she was at work but she skipped?
Hey, memories.
I hope it was worth her getting fired.
She gets 365 days vacation a year.
Don't tell her
365.
Don't tell her that.
365.
I hope she's not watching.
Batman. This unit had so much Batman and Joker stuff, dude. It's crazy.
Did you see the Batman and Joker stuff before you bought it? And that's the beautiful part.
I saw there was a Lego that had Batman. That was it. And there was a Lego Lego NES. But that's the only Batman I seen was that little Lego. But I just figured it was a Lego collector, not Batman stuff. Because I seen some other Lego stuff, and I saw some Nintendo stuff, and that's why I bought the unit. And man,
there are units out there that will throw you for a loop. You never saw it coming. And so part 1 of our 3-part Restores the Love episode was released today. And you ain't seen nothing yet. Like nothing. And this unit that I bought
Hold on.
from Rob.
I gotta pat myself on the back because you would never bought the unit if I didn't find out the story.
It's so true. I would have never bought the unit unless I knew.
It didn't look good at all.
Can I give them a teaser? Are you okay with that?
Oh, please.
Just the bidding portion. I just want to show the bidding portion. Okay. So
That's not good.
Stacked on land. Uncle Hester? Jerry's mantle.
Ooh,
Uncle Jerry.
probably a turn.
All right, we're gonna get this nice little unit now.
Okay.
$500. Go give out it. How big is this? It's got to be a 10 by 20. 10 by 20?
5, 10, yeah, it's a 20. It does have good little bags in it.
Oh my gosh.
They probably won't take
What's
everything
starting
back
out?
and give it back.
100, now 125. I got 125, 100, 125, 100, now 125, 100, now 125, 125, 100, now 125, 100, now 125, 100, now 125, 150, 150, 150, 150, 150, 150, 150, 150, 125, 150, 125, 150, 155, 155, 155, yeah, now 200, now 200, now 225, 225, 225, now 250, 250, yeah, 250, now 275, 275, now 3. 300 now.
All we're gonna do is try and restore the love. We'll give anything we can.
3 1/4 now, 3 1/4, yeah, 3 1/4 now, 3 1/2 now, 3 1/2 now, 3 1/2. I got 3 1/5, 3 1/2. There's tools and all.
They're requesting a title,
3 now, 3 1/5,
pictures,
350,
but we'll try and give everything back.
350.
If
I got
we
350 now, 375, 375. Yeah, now 375. I got 350 now, 375.
I was just saying, well, I guess I'm in.
375, 3 1/2 now, 375, 3
Yep,
yeah,
yep.
675 now, 400 go, 400 go now, 400. Yeah, 400 go, 400 go. You ain't about the first 5 feet. Now 450, 450, 425, 425, 425. I got 400.
Man, just to do a good deed.
I know you like it. You gotta come back anyways.
You're right.
That's right. 400 now, 425, 400 now, 425, 425, 425, 425. 400 here, 425.
425.
Now 4.5. 4.5 due.
I just want to do a good deed. I just want to help.
425, 450.
I just want to help.
425, 450. I got 425 now, 4.5, 4.5, 4.5. 425, 4.5. 4.5. 4, take another look. 425, 4.5.
I'm bitter right now.
450, 450, all in on dude.
Who do I contact to get the information to give everything back? Would that be Pete or the friend?
Pete and I can give you the information.
Okay. Pete, I can get their info to give everything back from you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I got somebody.
And you got somebody's. Okay.
425 to 450 to you. Yeah, I like that. 450. Now 475. 450 now 475. 475. 4.5 over here now 475 to you. Balls in your court.
You need it.
475. 450 here now 475. 450 now 475. Fair warning now 450. 475. 450. 475. 450. 475.
I just want to give it back.
475.
Then do it. You need it.
475. 450 now 475. Last and final call 450. 475.
I wish I could if I was. I wish.
475?
I can't.
Man, it sounds like a no.
I can't.
You gotta push me like this, yes.
I can't.
450 now 475. 475. Watch. It's easy. That's how you do it.
Then do it. 475.
Yeah, now
Do it.
You do it too. 500. Watch. 500. 500. Yes. Yes. 500. Go. It's easy. 475. 500. Yes. Come on now, everybody. 500. Anyone? 500. 475 here. 500. You sure?
Bid again. I won't bid against you. If you promise to give it back.
500. Sold 475.
Holy cow, that was rough just to do something nice for you.
Man.
And here's the craziest part. We've only touched the surface, skimmed the surface of all the gold, all the silver, all the gems, all the jewelry. All I wanted to do was help somebody. And others were there, didn't want me to help somebody. And karma got me again and was like, boom, here you go, Jeremy.
And
Man,
you just never know by a storage unit. And like I said, that day I went to the auction and I just looked at my phone and I got, it wasn't a text. It was like someone sent an email to my business partner and then he sent me the email and it just basically said, you Rob, I worked with Dave Lilly. The person that's losing their storage unit is, they want their boat title and picture back. It's unit 62. Can you see whoever wins that unit? So I went and told Jeremy, because one, I know Jeremy, if anyone I know, will be more than happy to give him back anything of the unit and to restore your love. So I figured, well, let me let Jeremy know about the unit. And then after he bought the unit, I'm not going to spoil everything, but we thought it all fell apart and it was just a big waste. And then the unit started paying off and then everything fell into place and it was like boom, 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 boom. And I think, you got 3 videos?
3 videos, and it's going to blow their mind how everything fell into place.
Yeah, it's crazy.
You even heard in the beginning, I was like, oh man, I bet there's ashes there. And I'm going to publicly share this. The ashes were not in that unit. It just so happened when Kaylin and I were there filming and working on that unit that somebody else bought another unit for $25 that day, and they found the ashes. It's just mind blowing. It was
and just
so
everything just set up perfectly. Boom, 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 and the Restores Love happened, and like thank God that person contacted me that morning and told me about, because none of this would ever happen or transpired, because I know Jeremy already would never bid on that unit because that's not his type of unit to buy. Because the unit didn't look good. You guys saw the pictures. You'll see more of it during this video, but it didn't look like, and there's so many unexpected surprises in the unit, and then
like unicorns,
and that's happened.
Right, Conky?
So, but we appreciate everyone joining us tonight. And Hales is still on, so we're gonna finish up with Hales actually still here. Okay, how's that? Can you stay on for another 2 minutes here?
What? What time is it?
It's 4:20.
All right.
So, real quickly, this Saturday, I have an unbelievable auction: comic books, toys, video games. If you guys are into comic books, toys, or video games, there's some cool things in there. There's brand new Go Box, brand new dinosaur toys from those TV show Dinosaurs. There's all kind of video games from all different systems, from Nintendos to PlayStations to some very rare games. Lots of great stuff. Some awesome comic books, and on and on and on. So take a look. If you're into toys, comic books, video games, pop culture, there's probably something in there for you. And Conky will be doing his live Saturday. Conky will be doing his live Saturday. May or may not be at a bonfire. You never know. Conky's one of those.
Cool.
What do you think, Conky? Bonfire Saturday?
Bonfire?
He might be playing pinball. You never know.
You know?
Oh, we got pinball playing Saturday?
I don't know. We'll have to see.
About time you tell me.
That's all.
Saturday, high of 77, 6% chance of rain. I'm thinking jumbo dogs around the fire Saturday.
Doesn't sound bad. Doesn't sound bad.
I'm just throwing it out there, fellas.
And then Sunday is Jeremy's Sunday Fun Day, 8 o'clock. Conky's is 8 o'clock on Saturday. And then, like I said, I'll be got the auction coming up this weekend. Sussin Self-Storage, that's coming up not next Tuesday, the Tuesday after or something?
Tuesday after.
Yeah, the Tuesday after, we'll have Sussin Self-Storage out there for you guys. And then next month, is it next? Oh, no, that's not until August. August 3rd is Summit Moving and Storage again. Where, remember, you bought that.
I remember.
Yeah.
The safe.
Yeah,
I scored big on that safe.
That was a nice save. And the couch. That was bigger score.
That couch is in the garage right now. I love that couch.
Dude, that couch. He bought. How much you pay for that couch? $250 or something?
I think less than that. Like 75, 85, something like that.
One thing I tell you, if you go to the store to buy that couch, it's got to be like $2,000. It's got Bluetooth. It's got everything on that couch.
It's got everything in it.
Like it's ridiculous. It was all wrapped. Everyone's like, that was such a great deal, man. Such a great deal. I'm jealous. I should have bought the couch. That's why I'm mad.
And that safe, man, that safe was in one of her boxes, and that safe was awesome. I've got a lot of the horse blankets that I found on display over here.
Well, I remember you were worried for a minute, and then you found the safe, and then you were like so happy. I remember.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, it was incredible.
Well, there's a lot of units that you're worried until you find the safe.
Yes.
No, I know that. So that's true, Conks. When you find that safe, it does give you a little relief.
Yeah.
So, no, once again, though, we do appreciate everyone checking out Auctions Anonymous, and we appreciate everyone out there. And we'll do a quick prayer. You want to say a prayer for us tonight? Since you're here, Hales, you want me to pray?
It's all you, man.
All right. I can't take my glasses off, so I kind of feel weird. I used to take my glasses off. All right. Lord, once again, thank you for bringing us all together in your name. We appreciate this awesome opportunity that we have once a week to share our fellowship with one another, and also all these wonderful, wonderful people that are joining us tonight. And Lord, we want to say a special prayer to anyone out there that has any intentions, special intentions, that they might be suffering something to someone in their family, any trials, tribulations you may be going through. Lord, please, whatever you feel is the right thing for them, please come into their life and help them out the way you see fit, Lord. I know it's not always the way we think it should be done, but we know it's the best way. And we appreciate all you've given to us. Amen.
Amen.
So
I'll say amen. 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 Sing it, Conky.
amen.
I'll let Rob sing it.
Amen.
I almost got him to sing, guys.
Sorry.
Noreen's never even heard him sing, and I almost got him to
Almost.
sing.
Amen. We do appreciate everyone out there. Don't forget, check out all of our channels. The second part of my most expensive storage unit that I bought in Ohio will be tomorrow. And wait to see what else I find and get to the Hot Wheels conkies. That's for sure.
Hot Wheels.
You guys have anything you want to say, Conky?
No, just, I guess watch Saturday night on our live to see where we wind up. We could be doing our life from here. We could be doing it from a bonfire. We could be playing pinball. You never know.
Don't know. Anything you want to say, Mister? What the hell?
Yeah, yeah. Even though I'm going to fire your wife tomorrow for not showing up to work today, but telling me she was here, she's still invited to the bonfire Saturday night. So we can separate work from friendship.
Can she file unemployment?
Yes, I will help her work through the unemployment paperwork.
Yes, thank you. I appreciate. That's why you're such a good guy. Appreciate it. Everyone, have a wonderful night. Thank you for joining Auctions Anonymous. And until we see you next week, until we meet again.